I appreciate Colin Baker's era to a point. I like the idea of his characterization of the Doctor. I like the idea of there being this long term plan to make him this darker, more uh, alienating and sort of unsympathetic character, and then him evolving to become more human like as it went along. If you consider Hartnell was the oldest of the Doctors, and this may represent where he was at a certain age of life generally. Um, the Troughton personality was a bit younger, in a respect. He sort of had returned to an earlier form of his pathology, and I think the Pertwee's Doctor was somewhere in between. Baker's was the youngest thus far. Davison younger still. People describe Baker as having the personality of sort of a, um, you know, back in college graduate or something, but and they also will drop out perhaps. But Davison's was younger still, and I think that's where the indecision and the sort of the lack of confidence sometimes emerged, and the sort of where you see the beginnings of the Doctor who is more decisive. He, I guess, regresses a bit in his own way, and then if Tom Baker's the second youngest, well, he was the same age as Colin Baker, incidentally enough, and so we can see Colin Baker as a Davison's era Doctor warped by the events, and rather than turning out a bit more chummy and friendly and morally nuanced than Colin Baker's was. The Fourth Doctor was quite, he could have moments of real anger, although he knew right from wrong very firmly. He was very principled and resolute. The Sixth Doctor could be a bit all over the place and unpredictable. And the biggest problem with the Sixth Doctor's era at large is not even the costume. I kind of like how he looks running about. He stands out, I'm not going to lie. I think that the writing of his stories, the level of consistency is not that great. And it's true, the Twin Dilemma is arguably the worst storyline of the entire classic series, and it really brings down everyone's estimation of him. People don't like Attack of the Cybermen either, but it's way better than this junk. And, oh man, I like Mark of the Rani to a point. I really like Revelation of the Daleks. Not the biggest season 23 fan. I think the free stories, flashback/forwards it presents us with are not that great or interesting or rewatchable. But the Ultimate Foe portion in The Matrix is a really exciting piece of classic Who, I believe. Unfortunately, it's not how the Sixth Doctor is. It's just the quality of the stories he was placed within. I think Revelation of the Daleks is the best of them. That's pretty awesome. The rest of it is... I don't think there's any other serial in the Colin Baker era other than that one, which I would consider really, really stand out, quite unfortunately.